If you enjoy what you hear here today, please consider supporting me on my Patreon page. Every dollar helps, and you get to see content that you won't see here. Switcheroo Part 2. Glimpse the Changeling.
Check!
Twilight stated smugly, much to Chrysalis's supreme annoyance.
How did you even do that?
She asked.
I had you cornered! You should never underestimate me,
Twilight responded, her smug look not abating for even a moment.
I am, after all, the former protege of Princess Celestia, the master of chess. Playing chess with your lives in order to redeem her sister doesn't count.
Twilight shrugged.
I forgave her. Friendship is magic and all that. Please stop saying that.
Chrysalis deadpanned.
Who even came up with that phrase? It sounds like something for children. Adults can learn the magic of friendship too,
Twilight argued.
It doesn't have to be all explosions and... Huh?
There was a pop and a loud flash, and the view of the chessboard was replaced with that of an oddly familiar library. And in front of her stood a very confused-looking pony who looked rather like a reflection that Twilight used to know.
What?
Twilight asked, completely dumbfounded and slightly annoyed that it had happened mid-sentence.
What?
Her pony self added.
What?
What? What? Stop yelling! Spike shouted as he wandered into the main room of the library. What's even going on in here? He then saw not one, but two Twilights staring back at him. And one of them was a bug. Ah, Saturday. Gotcha, Spike commented, grabbing a hat and swiftly exiting the library. The Twilights both watched him leave, and then they slowly turned their heads to look back at one another.
What?
They asked in unison.
Okay, we're back in this situation again.
Discord noted.
Same people, different universes. We need nicknames. Oh, well, that's easy,
Discord Dose replied.
The small plump pony is inherently cuter, so she shall be called Twily. I like it. Go.
Twily then shot forward and poked Twilight in the chest.
Wow, what are you? I mean, you look like me and you sound like me, but I'm me too. How can there be a bug version of me? That doesn't make any sense. That's not scientifically possible. You are not scientifically possible. Huh. So this is how Panacea felt,
Twilight noted.
But enough of that. How do you exist? I know I sound like you. You're supposed to be my pony Sona. So I am scientifically possible, but unless disguises come to life, then you shouldn't be possible. See? The facts reveal the truth.
Twilight blinked, a challenge of logic dawning in her mind.
There is nothing logical about any of this,
Discord noted with a small laugh.
Indeed.
And that's how I know you're from a different world,
Twilight deduced, pointing at Twilight victoriously.
Wait, what?
Discord asked, befuddled.
What did we miss?
So this is what it's like to be on the receiving end of my brilliance.
Princess Twilight squeed.
Oh, I am so jealous of the not me people. Oh, now do it to me.
Twilight squeaked in excitement.
This is not how I thought this was going to go.
Discord Dose commented in amusement.
And I thought Skittles had an ego.
And that's how changeling magic works.
Twilight concluded her essay with a smirk.
Again! How are they doing this so fast?
Oh, that feels wonderful. I'm jealous too.
Twilight cooed, shuddering in ecstasy.
And I love the categorization you made. Such numerical excellence. If only the girls could keep up with things like this.
Princess Twilight sighed.
I know. Not even my mother gets it. She just nods along, which is a shame. I get the feeling she was as big a bookworm as me back in the day. Oh, do we have the same mothers?
Twilight asked, clopping her hooves together giddily.
Kinda? By adoption. Then there's Celestia and Chrysalis. My family's weird. Oh, how interesting,
Twali stated, a notepad appearing in her magic.
But, under your previous statement, it's not like time will ever change us to be like that.
Princess Twilight nodded.
Nope, I never intend to change my ways. Why would I?
Poor ignorant soul.
Also, you mentioned Celestia as being a mother a second ago.
Twali pointed out.
Is Rainbow Dash her adopted daughter in your world, too?
Twilight snorted.
Rainbow Dash? Royalty? She'd hate it. And really, I don't think Equestria can handle it. Oh, she does hate it.
Twali giggled before sauntering up to Twilight.
But she grew up with it, and I was there to keep her in line. Good thing she had such an excellent organizer to keep her in check,
Twilight said.
Not to toot my own horn. And since we're technically two different people, I'm not. Oh, you can toot my horn all you want.
Twali cooed dreamily.
What? Oh, nothing.
Twali shook her head, blushing.
That just, kinda came out. Did you just come out of the closet?
Twilight asked with a playful smirk.
I'm bi, okay?
Twali groaned in embarrassment.
Well, that's good. So am I,
Twilight remarked.
I mean, all changelings are. We feed on love after all. Oh, you do? And yours is particularly delicious.
Twilight shivered slightly while licking her lips.
This is very quickly going towards a weird form of masturbation.
Discordos deadpanned.
What have we done?
Huh, I always knew I tasted good.
Twilight replied with a smirk.
Not that Rainbow would ever know. She's as straight as an arrow. Arrows bend, you know that, right?
Twilight commented with a smirk of her own.
Well, yeah, but she's so rigid she'd snap in two if I tried.
Twilight sighed despondently before straightening up.
Not that I'm into her like that. We're like sisters. That would be gross.
And yet these two Twilights are flirting like they're on love poison. Oh God, why?
Yeah, I guess that would be a little off.
Twilight agreed.
Hey, you still have a shining armor in this universe? Yep, and a cadence.
Twilight confirmed, and then noted something odd about her chitinous friend.
What's with the scar?
Twilight grimaced, rubbing the scar on her chest lightly.
Something I'd rather not talk about. Things got dicey in my world for a while.
Twilight's ears flattened.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Still, though, they say mares like scars.
Twilight then closed the distance and nuzzled into Twilight affectionately. Maybe a bit too affectionately? Princess Twilight suddenly resisted the urge to morph into a tomato.
Thanks. My pleasure.
Twilight cooed.
I am strangely okay with this.
Twilight thought to herself.
What is my life coming to?
The princess coughed, deciding she needed an out before her odd fantasies came to life.
In the interest of science, how about you show me around your version of Ponyville? I haven't been to mine in a while, and I'm curious to see how much is different.
She asked with a big grin.
Oh, of course.
Twilight beamed before practically bouncing over to the door and pushing it open with her magic.
Right this way.
As soon as the two stepped out of the front door, they froze. There was Pinkie Pie, an envelope in her hoof. She blinked, looked between the two, then smirked.
I I see I don't need to invite you to my party. You've already got your own going.
Princess Twilight raised a huff.
Have fun!
Pinkie called back playfully as she bounced away. The two Twilights blushed something fierce.
She's on to us.
Twily whispered.
Huh?
Twilight asked.
Nothing.
Twily stuttered, flinching away slightly. Twilight then nodded before green flames enveloped her.
Rah! Sweet Celestia jumping over the moon in heat!
Twily appropriately shrieked, backpedaling away before the flames died away to reveal a version of Twilight with an inverted color scheme. Blue coat, pink hair with a blue highlight.
Now we can be cousins or something. Perfect cover story,
The princess stated.
Oh my word, Ponyville is gonna think I'm bunking my cousin.
Twily muttered.
What was that? Nothing!
Twily sang, trotting along without a care in the world. Okay, that's a lie. She had all the cares in the world at the moment, and all of them were aimed squarely at her other self. She then glanced over her shoulder.
Must we be cousins, though? I mean, we could use something else, but it might not be as believable.
Twilight shrugged.
Fair enough.
Twily also shrugged before gesturing at Ponyville.
Anyway, here's Ponyville. Any differences that you can see yet?
Twilight narrowed her eyes as she analyzed the view.
Well, from here, no. I mean, that house over there is supposed to be done building already, but that's about it. Of course, I don't exactly have a good vantage point from here. The clock tower!
Twily squealed, putting her hooves to her cheeks in delight.
We can go to the clock tower and you can look at everything! Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Twilight nodded before falling into step next to Twily as they began to trot side by side into town. Though, Twily did seem to slow just ever so slightly, winding up behind Twilight for some reason. And also for some reason, her eyes were not on the road, but on her... Ooh.
This is actually happening, isn't it?
Twilight muttered, ears going red.
I thought you were just joking at first. Now?
Twilight merely hummed, delighted in the eye candy on display. Then her eyes snapped back up to Twilight's.
Oh, by the way...
She stuttered a bit, trying to avoid sounding like she was making a distraction.
You said the building near the library was supposed to be done already, and, well, talking about the clock tower got me thinking. Are you from the future?
Twilight bounced on that last word.
I don't know. Maybe.
Twilight said with a shrug.
If we wait until nighttime, I might be able to tell by small differences in the stars. Oh my gosh, you can do that too!
Twilight squeaked again, prancing in place.
You are perfect!
And so the blush deepened.
Clock tower, get there, right.
The two trotted on a little way further, Twilight still staying a telling distance behind Twilight, who was feeling a mix of alarm and very, very odd arousal. As a changeling, she wasn't about to say no to love, but for her counterpart to actually fall in love or just be really desperate with herself, well, she was still oddly all right with it, even if she probably shouldn't have been. Finally, and a little awkwardly, the two made it to the clock tower, cantering up the stairs until they were at the top of the large structure, all of Ponyville spread out before them. A breathtaking sight, perfect for a date.
Okay, let's be honest here, guys. That's what this is. I did not see this coming. Do we want a camera? You know, to capture the moment. Let's not turn this into an M rating now, buddy. Come on.
Both Twilights sat down on top of the clock tower, Twily's tail inching a little close to Twilight's. As far as Princess Twilight could tell, nothing was different about the sleepy little town. It was the same as it had always been. What was happening right beside her, though, was decidedly different to any other situation she had ever found herself in.
Okay, as an empath, I can detect love.
Princess Twilight deadpanned.
Not that you're not completely obvious. You want to fuck yourself. Go you.
Twilight blinked in shock. Her turn to go red.
Well, I've never met any pony like you. 1, not a pony. 2, yes you have. You!
Twilight's cheeks puffed up.
Oh, that doesn't count. And it's technically not illegal. I don't even think there's a precedent for this. All right, then let's make a precedent. You know, I thought you were just teasing when you talked about the tooting horn thing.
Twilight deadpanned.
I really don't know what to feel about this. Come on.
Twilight all but begged.
For science!
Twilight just sighed. And yet.
So, being a pony, you still like to perform tests?
Twilight grinned.
What kind of tests? Fuck it. I'm gonna fuck myself.
Twilight decided. Now that she was here, lying down on a metal table with Twilight looming over her with a metal pokey stick, Twilight realized that Twilight wasn't going to start with anything sexual. She was genuinely curious about her anatomy as a changeling and decided it would be a good way to break what little ice was left. Though the enthusiasm her other self was displaying was contagious. Twilight grinned up at the ceiling.
Poke me!
She declared loudly.
Poking!
Twilight answered before poking Twilight in the armpit, making the changeling shiver. Twilight? Came a chorus of voices. The two looked up to see a hole in reality, with a large group of ponies, including 2 Rainbow Dashes, the rest of their friends, and some more changelings, including a tall one, looking back at them in shock. Twilight waved bashfully.
Hi, Mom. I can explain? This is one fetish I didn't need to know about.
Chrysalis muttered, face hooving heavily.
Mom!
Princess Twilight groaned, blushing heavily.
It's not sexual. That's your mom?
Twilight asked.
Mm-hmm. Why is the world ending?
Rainbow then added to the ongoing discussion, gesturing wildly to the fact that the world was gone. All that was left for them to stand on was part of the hive's hallway and Twilight's love basement.
Maybe because Twilight has some deep-seated issues.
The other Rainbow Dash, henceforth known as Dashy, the one who wasn't a royal, commented.
I mean, seriously? I can explain?
Twilight offered for a second time.
Your love stinks the air,
Chrysalis deadpanned.
It's already explained everything. Changelings can't feed on other changelings' love,
Twilight reminded her mother.
And she's not a changeling,
Chrysalis shot back, pointing at Twilight.
Point taken. Hello? World's still ending,
Rainbow complained, pointing to the rapidly dissolving remains of their world. As if to illustrate the point, a small piece of the wall sheared off and took all the drones along with it, gone into the abyss.
Ah! See?
Rainbow shouted out.
Twilight, dear,
Chrysalis said gently, ignoring Rainbow Dash.
This is probably not healthy, and I feel like we need to talk about this. Mom, I know it's weird, but I like her! Aww.
Twilight cooed.
Is this really the time?
Rainbow Dash stressed for the billionth time. Any further comments made by Chrysalis or the group of friends was cut off, as with another crash, the last of the universe seemed to peel away, leaving only the 2 Twilights and the 2 Rainbow Dashes left over. A swirling vortex streamed all around them. Only the small segment of Twilight's basement remained, along with the metal table Princess Twilight was still strapped to.
Ugh. If we're gonna die, can we not die with you two fulfilling your deepest, darkest fantasies?
Rainbow Dash shouted in indignation.
Seriously, Twilight, what's up with all of this? Well, it's not like you ever appreciated my buck horsiness.
Twilight shouted back, releasing the clamps holding her counterpart down.
And she does!
Oh, hold on. One last thing.
Discord Dose said slyly.
Oh, you brilliant bastard.
And the same goes for her.
Princess Twilight said back.
It's not like I have many options in the hive. Everyone sees me as this figurehead, not even get close. It's like I'm the princess of the friend zone. So let us have this,
Twilight said in agreement.
Rainbows, please?
Both rainbows were no longer looking at the Twilights, but rather something behind them. Both Twilights blinked, and then they slowly turned around to see the changeling queen standing behind them with the most disturbed look on her face.
Was I really this demented?
Queen Twilight Sparkle asked in confusion, her mind racing a mile a minute.
I mean, just... really?
And then the universe crashed. Huh. That was unexpected, Discord Dose commented, observing the once again obliterated realities.
It was fun, though,
Discord added, munching on some popcorn with a video camera in his claws that he had just stopped recording with.
Though I think our chaos magic was making them act really out of character. Were you just recording all of that?
Discord Dose asked, raising an eyebrow when he turned to his other. Discord downed some more popcorn.
Of course. I don't want to forget any of this. Perfect blackmail material.
Blackmail for who? Discord Dose questioned. Discord grinned.
Yes.